And welcome back to the show. We're talking to Angela Crane-Jones, who's the Executive Director of the Nashville Business Incubation Center. And it's a hub for small business owners to come to in order to kind of learn how to do the things they need to do to get their business up and running. We talked a little bit before the commercial break about some of the criteria. You've got to at least have your business going for about 12 to 18 months, you said. Yeah. Anything else that you look for as far as businesses to come your way?
Well, the number one thing we look for is someone that's coachable, because someone can have a great idea, be very articulate, well dressed, but at the end of the day, if they're not open to the advice that we're offering and the team that we put around them, then it's not going to be a success for us. They may very well go on and do a great job, but we're looking for that person that's coachable. They're looking for that team, and that's how we like to operate as a team.
You've had some success in the last 30 years, and I teased it without asking permission first, but can you name names and talk about some of those businesses that have been through MBIC and are still standing and doing things today?
Oh yes, I mean, one of our graduates is Dal Freeman from Zycron, as well as Christy Cookies, KS Ware, which is Kathy Ware. And here recently, some of our graduates that people may recognize is the Green Truck Moving Company. And they're actually, they're three young men that actually went to Tennessee State University and decided they wanted to start a moving company, and they scaled their company within 3 years by, really working with us. But to that point, they're also are investing over on Buchanan Street, and they're doing a pizzeria, which for a restaurant over there. And then we have Emma Resource, which is a woman-owned veteran company, and she actually was I think it was number 15 on the MBJ list as one of the fastest growing women in Nashville.
Wow. What is it about Nashville that seems to get these accolades from Wallet Hub that says that Nashville is among the top cities for women to start a business? What makes this city attractive?
I think one is being business friendly, also having a lot of resources in the community. I mean, such as Pathway Women's Center, as well as the SBDCs, the SBA, and they work collaboratively.
Gotcha.
And I think that really helps also.
And your numbers through the years, are you seeing more women come into the incubation center for help?
Oh, absolutely. When I started about 13 years ago, it was mostly men that were older. Now our clientele ranges from someone that's 25 years old until someone that's about 50, 55 years old. But we see a lot of women. Like I just mentioned, like I said, Michelle, she was a veteran-owned company. When she came to us, she was doing about $80,000, and she just graduated doing over $5 million in revenue. We've had women that are, catering, which is a catering company that came in doing catering, but we were able to help her pivot into doing cafeteria management. And so she has cafeterias with the state, with NES, and so our goal is to build, not only grow companies, but grow them where they're sustainable.
You talked about when they graduate. So how long does this take? And that may be kind of a silly question, because I bet it's based on the business. But it sounds like to me, once you reach 5 million, then you should have already graduated, because that kind of puts you up there in the success ranks. So how does that work?
So that's a good question, and the reason why I say that, because a lot of times people assume just because someone's making a certain dollar amount that they are making a lot of money. But it depends on the industry. I mean, $5 million in your professional services, absolutely, because the profit margins may be 40 to 50%, but $5 million where someone has a margin of 10%. And
good point.
And also, this particular company was scaling from not only Nashville, where she's also doing a project in Knoxville. So it went from maybe being around $2 million, but needed to take those funds, invest back into the company. So she was at a growth stage. And so once she was stable, then we were able to work with her to transition her out of the program, because what you don't want to see happen is someone grow the company too fast, and it becomes a whole nother level of services that are needed that you didn't need. And I think I look at it from when you're in undergraduates to going to graduate school.
Yes.
And so we try to help them transition out.
So is there a time frame, or does it has to, from a business perspective, because I know it's all about the business, right? From a business perspective, when people have some sustainability, when they have an opportunity to see those dollars be consistent, is that when you say, okay, time to sort of transition you out, you've graduated, you've made it?
So we allow them to stay in our program up to 5 years.
Okay.
But one of the trends that we have seen in the past 3 or 4 years is that with a more structured curriculum, people are growing in 3 years. And when I say growth, meaning where they have the revenue, but more importantly, they have the assets and the cash on hand.
That's a success.
Then it's, they're trying to graduate, like Green Truck. They graduated in, 3 years. A to Z, we have several companies in the past 3 or 4 years that could graduate early. It's no different than going to college, and it's a 4-year program. Some are going to come out in 3 years and do extremely well.
Some are going to take all 5.
Some may be 5.
That's
it's
right.
a 4-year institution, but it may take 5. But they go on to do, great things. But so that's why for us, it's meeting them where they are and really understanding their business model. And is it time for them to graduate?
And is there space now for new businesses to come to you and to come to the Nashville Business Incubation Center and fill out the application, or however it all starts?
Yes. So we have multiple programs. We even have a program that's called Incubator Without Walls. And the reason why we developed that program, because now we have a lot of companies that are professional services that they can operate from their home, but they still need that structure in place. They still need someone to hold them accountable to their dreams. And that's really what we sell each and every day. So you can go online at www.mbiconline.com and fill out the inquiry form for us to meet with you and assess if this is a good fit for you, because there again, we know that college is not for everybody, and so our program is not necessarily for everyone also.
And as a small business owner, by using this service, by using MBIC, are you paying a fee for the services that you receive in order for you all to continue to function?
Yes. So there is a fee, and the fee it varies.
Gotcha.
And so there again, that's why it's important for us to sit down and assess where you are. But it's more than reasonable, because we receive grants and sponsorships that help subsidize the fees, and our fees can range anywhere. To give you an idea, it can be from $350 up to $1,500. It depends on what all they need.
I wonder if any idea is a bad idea. For instance, if you can kind of see the writing on the wall when somebody comes to you, how do you coach and counsel them to say, maybe you should think a little differently about this, and here's why? Or do you just let them fail on their own, if there's such a thing, right?
We let them fail on their own. And the reason being, there's nothing wrong with failure. Or you're doing the research yourself. Given, for instance, Dal Freeman, when he started his company, he was selling computers. But when he went out in the market, he realized he needed to pivot. And then he went into IT staffing. And now today he's a $40 million company. But I also give the examples of so many people that we don't like to judge, because I would have told a chill pet no. So I learned to not judge,
point, right?
and just encourage and let the market dictate.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, when the numbers don't lie, when sales come about.
Let's get that information again of how to get in touch. MBIConline.com.
Yes, ma'am.
I think is what you said. And you mentioned multiple programs. So there's the
Incubator Without Walls, which is our virtual program.
Okay.
And then we also have a program that we partner with the Metropolitan Nashville Airport Authority to work with DBEs, and those are disadvantaged business enterprises, and that falls in line with small business, women, or minorities. They have a program where you can do a 1-year program, and then in the second year, if you pass the test in the first year, you will be able to come into our facility, and they provide the office and the wraparound services that you need for free.
That's what I remember when we've talked to you all many years ago, that you could actually, it was really helpful, because people who didn't have infrastructure and walls and a place to have their business could work within the incubation center and set up their shop right there.
Yes. And so, our offices range anywhere from 130 square feet up to a 2,000 square foot, warehouse space.
What's next steps for NBIC when it comes to where you go from here? 30 years, and probably 30 more, I'm sure, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're right now getting ready to gear up, because we need a new facility, because times have changed.
Yeah.
When the building was built 30 years ago, it was designed for manufacturing. And so now we have more, tech-related companies, or just companies needing technology. So we're gearing up to start fundraising for a new facility.
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate the conversation. Great discussion. Great way that you're helping small businesses in the Middle Tennessee area and throughout the state, I know. Angela Crane Jones, Executive Director with Nashville Business Incubation Center. If you want some more information about MBIC, that's mbiconline.com. We, of course, have that information right there on the screen, and we'll make sure that we keep it on our website as well. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having us on the show. I appreciate it.
And thank you for being with us. We will see you again next time.